Hello, welcome everyone. Today we'll discuss organizational behavior for the organizational behavior classes. This is using McGraw-Hill, owned by McGraw-Hill in terms of copyright, is Stephen McSane and Mary Ann von Glivnoff. Okay, there's a number of objectives for this particular chapters. The first one is we're going to define the organizational behavior and organizations. There's about 6 of them. Explain why the organization is knowledge is important for you in organizations. Number 3, describe the anchor on which the organizational knowledge is based. Number 4, summarize the workplace trends in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion, such as work-life integration and remote works. And number 5, diagram the Mars model and describe the 4 factors that directly influence individual behavior and performance. And number 6, summarize the 5 types of individual behavior in the organizations. Let's dive in right away. Organizational behavior, we abbreviate by OB. It studies what people think, feel, and do in around the organizations. What is organization? It's a group of work interdependent towards some purpose. What are the example? Will be like a company like BMO, Bank of Montreal, and then Travels Canada or Intact. That's one example. Okay. Why is OB is important to you? It is important for everyone because OB skills are very important. It helps students to adopt better personal theories to comprehend workplace events, predict workplace events, get things done by influencing and coordinating with others. That's the key part. Okay, you need to understand and influence others while you're working, especially when the higher you are, the better for you understanding it is in terms of the concept and the theory and its applications. OB theories improve organization effectiveness. Organization effectiveness is an ideal state in which the organization has a good fit with external environment such as an open system, effectively transform input and output human capital, satisfy the need of the key stakeholders. Okay. What are organizations as an open system? This is the internal environment. This is the internal environment. There is all this coming in. There are raw materials, human resources, information, financial resources, and equipment coming in into the input here in terms of production system, into this organization, feedback all the way, coming out, product service, shareholders dividend, community support, and one's position. Remember, in these subcategories, there's organization itself, ranging from the technological system, production system, media system, marketing system, accounting system, all of them. Okay, this is the flow. So human capital is a competitive advantage. How do you know? A good example is Singapore. Singapore is one of those countries that has one of the highest human capital in the world. It is a very competitive in terms of their economy because of its human capital. No, it's a small country. It's the size of a small island in the Southeast Asia, but they have the largest and the highest GDP per capita in that region. Okay, and its passport also considered one of the best to travel in the world. Okay, it is similar like Switzerland. Okay, because of human capital, knowledge, skill, abilities to create thinking, other than value resources the employees bring to the organization. What is human capital? Which is a competitive advantage because why? It is essential for the firm of survival and success. Employee talents are difficult to find and copy or replace with technology. Human capital will improve the organization's effectiveness. Why? It directly improves individual behavior and performance and perform different tasks better in unfamiliar situations. And its company investment, employee motivates them. Okay, that's the key part. What are the organizations and the stakeholders? Any entities that affect and is affected by firm's objective and actions. Firms more effective when they understand, manage, and satisfy stakeholder needs and expectations. There are as well challenges in terms of conflict of interest and limited resources. That's the key part. Limited resources. We have your project, but you have limited people. Then you have to distribute accordingly. Stakeholders are associated with corporate social responsibility, benefit society, environment beyond from immediate financial interests, and legal obligations, such as triple bottom line philosophy, positive CSR, reputation, associated with value customs for the organizations. Integrative model of OB, such as organizations, this is in terms of input and process at the top, such as structures, culture, and technology. I'm going to say change, human resource practices, and strategy, all the way to individual input processes, such as personality, values, and abilities, self-concept, emotion, attitude, motivation, and self-leadership is here. And there's a team, interpersonal input and processes, such as team tasks, team development, communication, leadership, power, influence, politics, and conflict negotiation, all the way to team interpersonal here outcome in terms of team performance, team decision, which will support social network. But if individual here will be here all the way here, your own behavior performance, organization, citizenship, well-being, as well as decision. They are intermingling here with each other. Okay, if you're a part of the team, you have to be able to work with the team. This is an example of interrupt model of OB. Organizing outcomes such as effectiveness, such as open system fit, effective input output transformation, and human capital development, as well as effective stakeholders engagement and corporate social responsibility. This is an example of this. Okay. What is a systematic research and anchor? The study the organization using systematic research method. Practical-oriented anchor. It ensures that OB2s are useful in organizations. And for multi anchor, important knowledge from other disciplines, not just created by OB. Contingent anchor recognizes that the effectiveness of an action may depend on the situations, multiple level of anchor. Understand OB event from three level analysis such as individual, team, and organizations. Emerging work diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, we call it. It is the trend, and then it is the common practice now for diversity, equity, and inclusions. Okay, diversity means heterogeneity of diversity in workplace, surface level as well as a deep level diversity. So you have, if you take a look, the better diversity is, the better it reflects the level of tolerance of that organization. Equity, treating everyone fairly. Organization injustice, for example, equity means people with the same positions, regardless of colors, regardless of gender, has the same kind of salary. For example, managers for women get 100,000, the men also get 100,000. This is a good example of the equity. Inclusive workplace values people of all identities to be fully themselves while contributing to the firm, such as individual as well as collectively. DEI, significant benefits for the organization and its employee, and also post challenges. So engaging workplace, work-life integration, effective actually engage in work and non-work roles with low role conflicts. Problem is that depleting personal resources in one role starve one other roles. That's the key part. So you will be focusing on all the resources in one place. It's very difficult to do a balancing. Practicing work-life integration, include two or more roles. Schedule flexible workplace. There's another way of doing things. Align work and non-work roles with personal characteristics as well as boundary management. A good example is the volunteering for charity, such as when I was with the Royal Sound Alliance. There's a lot of fundraising activities for United Way. So these are the things that you can involve with, and you do a lot of also activities for the community, doing a lot of volunteering in certain areas. That's a good example. Emerging workplace such as remote work, performing job away from physical workplace, usually work from home, connected through technology. This has happened in the past during COVID for the 19 for the last 2 years, 3 years ago. Okay, remote work benefits. You have a better work-life integrations. You value benefits and has a less turnover. You have a higher productivity. You have a better for the environment. You have a lower corporate cost. That's the remote work benefits. The remote work risk, you have more social isolations, less information communication, lower team cohesion, and weaker organizational structures. Okay. So let's go into terms of remote work contingency. Employee characters. Example is high self-motivations and self-organization for autonomy. And good information technology skill. You need to be able to operate computer. That's one of those areas for older generation of workers. Sometimes they are not attuned to technology. It has to be trained more patiently. Those are the area that you need to do. Fulfill social needs outside work. In terms of job characteristic, there's lower interdependence with other jobs. There's work resources, digital or transport at home. There's a measure of task performance as well. In terms of organizational characteristics, there's a reward performance, not presence. Maintain communication and psychological contactlessness. Mars. This is a key part that you understand the Mars model of individual behaviors. What is there? Motivation, ability, and role perception. This is called MARS. M-A-R-S. Motivation, ability, role, and situational factors. Okay? What are those? Personality, values, self-concept, perception, emotion, attitude, and stress. Okay? It goes into Mars. Motivation, ability, roles, and situational factors. And then go to individual as a result of bar. Okay? This are the charts of Mars model of individual responsibility. In terms of model motivation, internal forces that affect personal thought, voluntary behavior are directions, intensity, and persistence. So you get Mars here, bar. So you go back again. What are Mars? Mars stands for motivation, ability, role, perceptions, and situational factors lead to individual behavior and result. We call it bars. Okay. All right. What is the bars model ability? Aptitude to learn capabilities and habits required to successfully complete a task. Person job matching such as selecting, developing, and redesigning. Okay. Degree which a person understands a job assigned to them or expect to them. Role perception are clearer when a person understands which tasks are consensus they are accountable for, and task scheduling and performance in terms of priorities and preferred behavior such as procedures, and the benefits of clear role perception such as more efficient job performance, better coordination with others, as well as higher motivations. Okay. Situational factor, any contact in terms of immediate access such as constraint, time, budget, necessities, cues, information, information such as barrier, warning, and nearby hazard. Okay. What are the types of behavior? Of individual behavior in terms of task performance? There's a task performance in terms of evaluative goal or directed behaviors. There are three types of performance: proficient, adaptive, and proactive. Okay, there's three types of performance there. What is organized citizen behavior, which is OCB they call it? Cooperation with helpfulness to support work context. OCB are directed toward individual and the organization. Some OCB are discretionary, others implicit job requirements. OCB may have negative consequences. Counterproductive work behavior such as that may harm the organization. Okay, they are counterproductive. So we do not, and also we discourage this kind of behavior, such as procrastination, not doing what, bullying to other colleagues. Okay, joining and staying with the organization, forming employee-employee relationship, remaining with the firm, problem with skill and shortages, and high turnover. The key part is maintaining work attendance. Absence due mainly to situation and motivation. Presentation, attending scheduled work during significant reduced capacity such as illness and injury. So that's the key part, guys. So that's basically conclude this particular chapter 1 for the organizational behavior, and I will upload this in YouTube as well as in Edpuzzle so you can learn and use this as a learning tool. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.